Good.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Your training will be complete. Hey guys, welcome to another post-credit show. I'm your host, Ronnie Williams.
And I'm Serge.
Hey Serge, how's it going?
How's it going, Mr. MC? Oh, no. Yeah, MG.
MG, yeah. First name Mr., last name Glass.
Yes.
Yep, we're kind of dressing the part today. I'm Mr. Glass because I'm the mastermind.
And I'm supposed to be wearing the... What is it? Is it supposed to be like a rain jacket, right?
Yeah,
It's a raincoat.
Schlick from his security job. Yeah, because obviously, because you're a huge Die Hard fan.
Yep. I'm a diehard Glass fan.
Yep, so we're talking M. Night Shyamalan movies. So yeah, please get at us. And yeah, let us know the different... comments that y'all have.
Yes, sir. Well, first, was there any post-credits?
No. I sat through a good chunk of them and then looked up my phone. No post credits.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should be the ones posting, whether or not there's post credits ahead of time, so people can look up us.
Oh.
More strategies.
Hey, Josh, how are you?
Oh, Zombie Josh, you weighing in already. He said that movie is a masterpiece. Yeah, we're gonna dive in, talk about as much M. Night Shyamalan movies as possible, focusing a little bit on the Unbreakable trilogy, and we'll work our way through Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. But once someone throws out a movie, we'll dive into it. Signs, The Village, Lady in the Water.
Oh, wow.
The Last Airbender. Oh, and Cop Dog.
Cop Dog, really?
He did Cop Dog. That was like one of his earliest ones.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Red Letter Media does a hilarious breakdown of Cop Dog.
I haven't seen that. My favorite, I think, is Devil. Is it Devil?
Oh, you like Devil?
I thought Devil was good.
Where they're trapped in an elevator.
Right.
And one of them's a devil.
Yep. It's the lady, right?
Oh, spoilers!
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, it's an old movie.
It's a twist. But yep, I'll reveal my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie later because I bet you someone else will throw it out there. Zombie Josh is saying, especially when they showed sand turn into glass. What a great documentary on how glass is made. I mean, yeah, it's pretty spectacular. They melt glass and melt sand and it turns into glass.
When? When did they do this?
I think he's making a joke about a documentary that he saw.
Okay.
Good joke, Joshy.
So what do you rate it, Ronnie?
Oh, yeah. I'd say if you've done your homework, seeing Unbreakable and Split, see it today. I mean, no excuses. Unbreakable, I think it's a great finish for a well-crafted story.
Yep.
Like, there's lots of layers. Like, going back and watching the previous films was a lot of fun. Unbreakable, I was focusing on, the shots. Like, there's a lot of oneers. Like, they just stick with it. And, there's a lot of different, reflections off glass and puddles and stuff. I'm like, oh, wow, this is all the way from the beginning doing this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. I did get a haircut.
I need to get a haircut, too.
You always look good, Sergio.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But, yep, we're going through Unbreakables. So, give us your comments on what do you think. That first movie, there's a lot of great parts.
In the first one.
Yeah, I love when he's bench pressing and the kid, instead of taking off weight, throws on more weight, and he's like, how much did you take off? And he's like, I lied. I put on a bunch more. And he's like, let's keep going. And then they throw on paint cans,
How much does he bench press? 400 something?
Yeah,
right?
400 and something.
That's what I used to bench press.
Wow. I never got that close.
Oh.
But yeah, lots of great moments in that first Unbreakable. And I love the buildup of Mr. Glass. They show his entire life. Like when he was born, he broke his arms and legs just coming out of the birth canal. You know,
no.
like just terrible life, and like you completely understand why he's the way he is, kind of. And I think that's really cool.
Rachel says Unbreakable, the weightlifting scene was a little too long.
Oh, I don't know. I loved it.
I remember that scene too. I think was Bruce Willis flexing or what was he doing?
He's like he turned all red and veiny.
Oh,
Maybe that's the inspiration for Split, is how veiny Bruce Willis got. Oh, Zombie Joshi says, I would like to point out the glass in the background since it's hard to see. Shout out to that. The original idea was to get a mirror and shatter it, but I thought it was a bad idea. Because bad luck, obviously.
yeah, we don't need that bad luck around
And
here.
I don't like the way the back of my head looks.
Okay.
Rachel says, I liked it too, but it was like, damn, this is taking forever.
Mr. Mason says it's a coffee mug. No, Mr. Mason, it's glass.
Technically it's plastic, but that's a secret between you guys and us. I don't believe Kim is banned from chat. Keep trying, Kim.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, well, how was the movie? I didn't say my rating. I say watch it on TBS. That's a marathon.
In theaters, at least. Come on.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I thought they were gonna get to the rooftop and like have a scene, but
I saw that coming a mile away. The camera thing. Anyways, Mason's like saying, yeah, he didn't care for her much, just like you, Sergio.
It felt like a Harry Potter kind of movie. Extensive.
Yep. So, but yeah, we're talking all sorts of M. Night Shyamalan movies. Any other Unbreakable moments you'd like to shout out?
I like Mr. Glass's hair.
Yeah, he's pretty styling in that movie.
And when he wears a suit, he looks like a serious supervillain, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't even realize that he's the villain until after Bruce Willis is revealed to be a hero.
Yeah.
You know, and I like that little play there.
Little does he know he could get taken out with a super soaker.
Super soaker, yeah.
Nick Fury.
Yep.
What other Samuel L. Jackson? I like when they kill him in the Django. Oh no, they killed the boss.
The boss?
His role as a servant in the Django.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Jackson.
Sam Jackson's had a great career, I think. I mean, the low point in the prequels, he was horribly miscast in those.
I also like him when they kill him as Mr. Windu.
Yeah.
He gets blown off the building.
Yeah, he gets a cool death, but that's not Samuel Jackson. He's a BA MFer.
Oh.
You know, him being the calm, collected monk is like, you know, you can't restrain Samuel L. Jackson.
The Sith Lord took him out.
That they did. Gwen said she loved the movie and great acting. You gotta admit the acting was great.
The acting, what's the name of the
Kevin Wendell Crumb, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
His acting is very, very, very good.
Yeah, James McAvoy delivers.
He knocked it out the park, for sure.
Rachel makes a good point. Bruce Willis is like a regular guy. He doesn't know jujitsu. Yeah, like just imagine if he actually learned how to fight. Like how good he'd be.
I mean, he tackled the metal door. What more do you want?
That's true. But like I like there's a theme in like comic books and like superhero stuff that if someone's given power, but doesn't train and don't know how to fight, that they're actually not that great in a fight. You know?
Just like Superman.
Superman knows how to deliver a punch. But like, you know, a vampire guy, he's, you know, lived off his strength his entire life. But if he comes up against somebody who can actually, you know, maneuver, he doesn't do so well.
I'm pretty sure if we took Superman's superpowers away, Bruce Wayne will kick his butt.
Of course. That's the entire point of Batman versus Superman.
Yep. Was it me, Ronnie, or has Bruce Willis fallen off?
Bruce Willis, it seems like he's phoning in quite a few performances.
I think I saw him on an episode of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, what? What is he doing there?
What is he doing there?
Oh, my God.
I couldn't tell you.
So how many personalities does he have?
24.
I thought he had 23.
In Split, he starts off with 23 and then gains the 24th with the Beast.
So he's just like Dr. Pepper. He has 23 flavors. Okay.
I suppose so. But yeah, so let's move into Split. Split, I think, is a fascinating movie. You know, like, I wonder what the legal ramifications would be if, you know, have DID, dissociative identity disorder, and some of your personalities do criminal things. You know? Like, the majority of his, at least in Split, the majority of his personalities don't do criminal things.
Only the Beast?
The Horde. It's Patricia, Dennis, and then the young kid, Hedwig.
Uh-huh.
Hedwig's the man.
Which one is Hedwig?
The kid,
Oh.
the 9-year-old Split.
Uh-huh. So, I don't know. I think he would just be labeled as having mental issues.
Huh?
They would label you as having mental issues and lock you up.
Yeah, you get off on insanity, I guess. Because it's great in both movies. The whole thing is about trying to prove that these split personalities exist and are their own identities, you know? And it's funny that, like, just like no one believes in superheroes, they still don't believe that these identities are separate.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a fascinating debate.
Yeah. So what was up with that tattoo they had, like, on their arm?
Oh, it was like a little clover, right?
Yeah, a little clover.
So a 4-leaf clover, that's something magical and lucky, right? But a 3-leaf clover is normal and nothing. And that's their whole goal, is to take away magic out of the world. That's why it's a 3-leaf clover, not a 4-leaf clover.
Oh.
Right?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I've been thinking all sorts of theories, man.
Oh, no. I just saw it and I was thinking of Lucky Charms.
You're just hungry. Brandon BMW Mason Wagon says that nurse was hating in Split. She's not down with comic books.
Which nurse?
Who was the nurse in Split?
I think he was talking about the doctor, right?
Maybe the doctor in Glass?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. And Zombie says, why was a 9-year-old able to control who got the light?
Yeah, so Hedwig, the young kid, was able to steal the light, or whoever controls Kevin's body, and give it to whomever. And I think it's because Hedwig, like, he's an anomaly. Like Barry, since he was like the most dominant and leadership type personality, the one that stayed in the most, that's why he was able to control light. But Hedwig, I think because he was ridiculed the most by the other personalities. Like, they looked down on him because he couldn't mature. He was forever stuck as 9, and that, you know, like, the whole thing with the Split guy is the more broken something is, the more powerful it becomes. So since Hedwig kept getting more, you know, ridiculed or broken, he was able to gain that ability and even bigger than Barry's, you know? It fascinates me, you know, that whole thing. And like, here's my rant. Like, Bruce Willis, he's unbreakable, yet the Beast is all about people who are broken are actually pure. So they are really dynamically opposed. Like, the Beast has to hate Bruce Willis because he's never suffered.
He's exactly the opposite of him.
Yeah, he is the true opposite of him, you know?
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like, you think, oh, what would be the opposite of, you know, Bruce Willis? Oh, someone who can break easily. Like, it's like opposite ends of the spectrum.
But I thought that was Elijah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's all these different kinds of opposites. And that happens a lot in comics, too. You know, like Batman will have an opposite of him, like another ninja guy, or there'll be an opposite of him, but it's like his Bruce Wayne personality, you know, because it's another rich guy.
Richer guy.
Yeah.
Mason Wagon says Dr. Ellie. I think he was trying to trying to like convince him that he's not real. I don't think he was hating on comic books as much as doing her job to compress it.
Well, yeah, Dr. Ellie, like her goal within the secret society was to convince these heroes that, you know, they don't have powers. And it seems like within the Unbreakable universe, if you don't believe you're a hero, then you're not. You know, it's all mind over matter kind of stuff. Because Bruce Willis, he passively didn't know that he was special. You know, it was a huge event that convinced him. And only that in that event that he kind of went along with it, you know. But
she reminded me, Dr. Ellie reminded me of Scully from the X-Files.
Yeah, Skeptic. Yeah. And it's interesting, like, you know, having these doubts put upon him. Like, even the Horde started doubting. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And even parts of the Horde turned against it. Like, I thought it was fascinating that Dennis turned against the conglomerate, you know, even though the other splits were joining the Horde, you know, and trying to escape, you know, crossing that line and so forth.
Hey. There's a lot of complicated scenes. Oh, no.
Yep. Zombie Joshua says, or the 9-year-old was more closely to Kevin at the age he started having split personalities, so therefore controlling it. That's a valid theory. Like, Dennis was one of the earliest splits. That's why he was, like, one of the most powerful, quote-unquote. And, yeah, Hedwig is like his childhood, his lost childhood, you know, his failed potential, essentially. So, yeah, all valid theories.
I'm surprised you were able to keep up with the personalities. I lost track. It started feeling like the minions talking. Like, I was like, oh, he's going left, right. I'm like, oh, my God.
But it's kind of amazing. They still held back a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
Like, you got maybe 8 or 9 in the first one, and then it expanded to like maybe 12 in Glass, but there's a whole nother half of personalities that they held back.
Nice.
I thought that's pretty cool.
Do you think the end of the movie, Glass, they're setting up for more movies?
That's
what Gwen says. Sorry.
Yeah, I looked into it, and the lack of post-credit scene, and also M. Night Shyamalan said no, that the universe is done.
I think so too. I think it's a good way to close it.
Although I was waiting for Haley Joel Osment to show up, and he's like, I see dead glass people.
Oh. Oh, no.
That would have been... It would have broke the internet if that happened. I bet you there's like a comedy skit coming with Haley Joel Osment seeing, you know, dead...
Glass people?
Glass people, yes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, before we really get into like the spoilery Glass discussion, does anybody want to throw out their favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies? I'll throw out mine. Signs. I flippin' love Signs. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that was his movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Are you going to change your favorite?
No, I still like Devil.
But yeah, I love Signs, just like the way it starts. Mel Gibson wakes up from a nightmare and his daughter's there and she's like, there's a monster outside my window. Can I have a glass of water? You know, and he puts her to bed, looks out the window, boom, there's an outline of an alien right there on the rooftop. Like, you don't see that immediately in a movie, you know?
Yeah.
And usually when you do, it's in not so good a movie, but this is pretty great, you know? And then he wakes up Joaquin Phoenix, his brother Merle, and they go chasing it around. And, like, since he's a former priest, he won't curse. And it's just like a funny, quirky movie the whole time, you know? And you have, like, the overly smart kid Morgan making the tinfoil hats, and then the uncle starts wearing the tinfoil hats. And, you know, people don't like the twist or revelation in Signs, but I like it, you know. Swing away, Merle, and all the water glasses all around.
Oh.
I liked it.
Was it the same glass from this universe? Or?
It was.
That's probably what inspired him.
Yeah, shattered glass.
Shattered glass. I see.
Yeah, Gwen loves Signs. She really does.
I think, yeah, everybody likes Signs.
Cool beans. But yeah. Any other M. Night Shyamalan movies, chat?
I like the scene where, like, in Devil, where he throws the pizza and it falls face down. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know why. Don't ask me. He's like when he's around, everything is bad, and then he throws the pizza and it falls. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
it's a fair point. Like, you know, convincing that the supernatural is real, and I think that's a gift that M. Night Shyamalan has. BMW Mason says Unbreakable is his favorite. I really enjoyed going back and watching Unbreakable. Oh, what about that moment when Mr. Glass falls down the stairs because he's chasing after the guy that Bruce Willis thought had a gun to prove his theory, you know, and you see him like hopping down the stairs, you know, and then his feet go out from under him, his glass cane shatters, and then he shatters. You know, great moment.
oh man.
Oh, and special shout out to Rosemary. She's a baby and she stood up today, this week. So special shout out to Rosemary.
Okay.
And Roman's pretty cool too.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry to spring that on you. So yeah, let's get into super spoilery Glass discussion. What'd you think?
My favorite scene is where he cuts that guy's throat. The guy, he's like, I didn't see that coming from anywhere. I thought he was gonna shock him or something.
Yeah, that was interesting. But like where'd he get the glass from? But the guy, when he walked in, was like, these pictures are crooked. It's because he busted out the glass for the picture and got the sharpest point.
Like, I was closing my eyes when that security was holding the light in his face, and then he dropped it. I was like, oh no, he's gonna kill that guy. I was like, it was making me cringe already. I was like, oh my.
Yeah. Very cool stuff. Yeah, and it was cool seeing them interact with each other, and like all the side characters they brought back. Like the kid, the son from the first Unbreakable movie, him all like 20 years older, you know.
Is that really him?
That was him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that if it was the same cast.
Yeah, it was the same cast. And thank goodness he aged pretty well.
He does look like him, but I was like, I don't know. These days you could catch anybody that looks similar.
Yeah, I could see that. But it's cool, like he was doing the Alfred thing, you know, being the guy in the chair as Spider-Man.
I would say more like Batman Beyond, where he's like talking on the mic.
Right. Or Spider-Man Homecoming, guy in the chair. Zombie Josh is like, since Glass is so smart and all, do you think him getting captured was part of his plan to find unique people? That's an interesting theory. I think, like, since he didn't have his revelation that he was the villain until the end of the first movie, that he didn't think that he would have a chance to get two people to face each other. And, like, he was working the entire... Like, I think he suspected that the reason he couldn't find someone quick enough was because there was a secret society running everything. Maybe he suspected it, but also, you know, like he was biding his time and to the right moment to spring. That's all part of the mastermind, is just picking your moment to spring out. And also, villains being imprisoned forever is a comic book trope. You know, Batman villains, they're hanging out in Arkham Asylum when they're not, you know, running loose.
I think they just spring them out whenever Batman needs a new villain.
Right. And since good villains are hard to come up with, like, Stan Lee does not like killing off his villains because they're hard to come up with, good ones. Punisher kills a lot of his villains, though.
Punisher's number one.
Yeah.
Mr. Mason Wagon says, plot problem with Glass. This is Bruce Willis is strong enough to bust out of water but can't escape a 2-inch puddle.
So it seemed like that the vat tub was already cracking. Like... It wasn't built well or something. Like, he didn't even touch the sides of it or nothing, but it was already cracking, and then he just helped it a little bit, you know? Like, he barely did anything. But, yeah, that, like, rewatching Breakable, like, it doesn't take much water to knock out Bruce Willis. Like, the lady even said that she caught him on video when a hydrant went up, and it just got a little bit on him, and it floored him.
Oh.
So, yeah, just... a little bit of water is enough. Plus, I really do think his weakness to water is psychosomatic. Like,
it's all in his head.
Right. Like, I love that explanation Mr. Glass gives that, yeah, science can prove a lot of it, but it doesn't mean that you're any less extraordinary, you know? And that's the same with Bruce Willis. Like, he believes he's unbreakable. That's why he can be as strong as he is, you know? Just it gives him that, you know, 30% more or whatever, but also that, you know, since he almost drowned that one time, maybe he really thinks, wow, that is my weakness, you know?
So that's two characters I could take out with a super soaker.
Yeah.
One is Bruce Willis and the other guy break his bones.
Yeah, Mr. Glass is not hard to take out. You could just put a stick in his wheelchair.
He's done.
He's like, I can't reach it. Crack, crack. Oh, no.
Oh, my. All right. And then what does Josh say?
Feel free.
Why did the doctors from Secret Society have all three of the same room together? Hey, that brings up a good point. Like, when he touches her, he has, like, a flashback, and they're, like, in a room, and everybody just stops talking, and they have, like, a scene where they all stop talking, but they never explained what he was doing.
Oh. Well, that's from the first movie, his instinct. When he touches an evil person, he gets an insight into their evil activities.
Yeah, but he touches the doctor, Dr. Ellie.
Yeah.
And then she's like in a place where they're having dinner.
Yeah, so the secret society, that's how they meet. They just take over like a very public place, and as soon as everybody leaves who's not part of the society, that's when they conduct their meeting.
Oh.
You know, it's like being clever.
Okay.
Usually they don't get a full flashback, but since Bruce Willis was dying, like, he got the full picture, you know. All right. What was your theater's reaction when it was revealed that Mr. Glass was the reason that Kevin's father never came back?
And nobody said anything.
I was like, oh! I threw a gasket in the theater. I loved that. I didn't see that coming at all.
I kind of foresaw something like that when he was like typing the information on the.
Yeah, that something had to do with his father, and I thought it had to do with like Are they related somehow?
My first thought was the doctor. Dr. Ellie was related to the guy who Split.
That's what I thought too, but that's way more clever. Like, it was buried in Split. Like, it makes Split all the more amazing movie because Kevin, like, he had to go to the train yard to become the Beast, you know? And it's like the same event that made Bruce Willis Unbreakable also made Kevin, you know? And even Sam Jackson pointed that out. I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
He's a superhero genius.
Right, like all these circles within circles. Like even in Unbreakable, you know, he's talking to this agent who's going to get this cornerback. And later on, you meet that cornerback playing in a park with his son in that movie. And I'm like, wow, it's just, you know, everything's connected, just like a comic book. And I'm like, that's pretty neat.
Zombie Josh says, why have the Horde Glass and Bruce in the same room?
I think it was a last ditch effort. I mean, from a screenwriting standpoint, because it's awesome.
You mean when the three of them were sitting in the
Yeah.
room? I was surprised he didn't jump on him and try to beat him up or something. He wasn't even chained down. I was like,
yeah, well, I mean, it's because she was trying to show them that they're not extraordinary, that they don't need to be chained down because they're really not that special. You know, she had the flashing lights behind her just in case the one guy did get out of line. But yeah, it was just to prove to them that they weren't that special.
And a lot in the movie, the doctor's talking to them and like security's not even around. So I'm just like, what? But if the lights malfunction, come on.
Right. Well, since she was playing fast and loose with the rules because, you know, she had a goal, and if she didn't reach it, you know, they'd basically lobotomize these guys.
And what kind of mental facility was that? The whole thing looked empty. I was like, really?
Yeah, until the very end.
All of a sudden, there was patients around.
Right, and that's just to keep costs down.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you guys do this. M. Night Shyamalan funded the movie himself.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
He's going to go broke then.
No, I think he's going to make a good chunk of change.
Oh, okay.
I think I haven't looked at the audience stuff, but I think majority of people enjoyed it. You know, if you're with Unbreakable and Split, I think making the cinema score has actually been higher. That's the one thing I did find. Like Unbreakable was like a C, Split was a B, and then Split was also up like a B range, I think.
Yeah, because everybody went back to see it.
Yeah.
There were so many tear jerkers.
Oh yeah, and Glass, because they showed like the greatest hits of, you know, the sad moments of the other movies. So yeah, like when Mr. Glass as a kid gets on that tilt-a-whirl, like you know that's not gonna end well. Like those amusement park rides do hurt you. You know? But as a kid, you want to do it. So he has the giant stuffed animals. Like, he had a plan. It just didn't go to plan.
Getting whipped.
Yeah. Have you ever been in one of those tilt-a-whirls? Yeah, they hurt.
They're fun.
They're fun.
I like when the mom's coming up the stairs, too, with the iron. I was like, oh, no, he's going to burn his face or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Kevin Wendell Crumb. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and did anybody else get the impression that Patricia, the Split, that was really religious and like was like this, you know, trying to cover the Adam's apple, like was the most like his mother?
I didn't catch it. Was that her when he was like face down, like on his tummy, and he was like this trying to seduce the nurse?
No, that was a different Split that had diabetes.
Oh,
like she was shown in a little video on his computer in Split. But yeah, I think that one was like a super flirty one because Patricia wouldn't flirt with men because she's very
conservative.
Yeah,
religious
in the Church of the Beast.
Oh my!
Not that beast. The beast in the any hoozles. But yeah, I think all those Splits, starting with her, were trying to get out. Like they kept throwing different personalities that had joined the Horde since the events of the second movie, and all those different splits that kept popping up were trying different ways because they were all aligned with the Beast. That's why you didn't see Dennis as much.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a traitor.
Traitor.
But yeah, it's interesting to see multiple personalities have character growth. Like
you never see something like that.
Yeah, that is wholly unique to this. I mean, I've always been curious. I wonder if anybody else has saw that show, United States of Terra. It's about this girl who has DID. You know, she's a mom, but she has all these different split personalities and wears different clothes. I always wondered if that was a good show.
The only split personality I could think of is Two-Face.
Oh, yeah, he is a split personality.
I think he just has a split face.
He just has a split face. Yeah. I don't know if that's DID.
I don't think so either.
I bet nowadays they would recon it into DID.
I wonder how many people are going to piggyback this idea.
Oh, Gwen makes a great point. I never felt so bad for the bad guys.
I think Gwen's other comment was better, where he says, "Sergio, I'm very funny."
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Sorry, Serge. But yeah, they make the bad guys very sympathetic, and that makes the best bad guys. Like the bad guys don't know they're bad, you know.
Like Thanos.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, yeah. I mean, they don't know. They see themselves as the saviors, the heroes, you know. I mean, Killmonger, he thought he was doing the right thing, you know, by slaughtering everyone. But yeah.
And yeah. Zombie Josh says, I like how you threw two just random girls in the van. Probably was Dennis. What do you think?
I thought Dennis was trying to protect him. Like Dennis, because he knew that they were going to be sacred food, but like when the reality of him actually killing people hit Dennis, like, you know, it startled him. Like Dennis, I think, went along with everything in Split because he hadn't been out in a long time. And really he was used by the rest of the Horde, specifically Patricia, you know, because they needed him to fake being Barry, because he could fake being that other personality.
Interesting stuff, Ronnie.
Yeah, it's a fascinating, you know, deep movie, which is funny because it's pretty poppy too.
Anything else on the movie?
Rachel says, not all of him was good, though, but good point. Bad guys that are likable. Yeah. That, too true, Rachel.
I mean, did the Beast have Spider-Man powers? Because he was climbing.
But I loved how the doctor gave a possible explanation that he studied mountain climber videos. But I loved it, too, when the Beast first transformed in front of Mr. Glass. You saw when he's climbing in the drywall that his toes are like putting little dents in the drywall. Like he's able just to grip his toes so tightly that it grabs. I love it.
I didn't know he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's funny how most of the time him climbing on a wall is impractical in every way, you know. But that's just to lend to that he is more than just a man, you know. A guy can adrenaline out and be, you know, super strong, or, you know, a guy on drugs could be, you know, do some of the stuff, feel no pain, be really strong. But climbing a wall, you can't easily explain that away. The doctor came close, but not close enough.
Yeah. There were imprints on the walls.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody liked the wall.
Yeah. And it was crazy how they climbed the walls.
I mean, isn't there a scene like that in The Exorcist too, where she climbs the wall?
Yeah. Supernatural movies, climbing the walls to show. And Hereditary last year, there's people climbing walls and floating. Like it's an easy way to be like, oh, boom, defying gravity. That's like the instant way to show this is truly supernatural. Is something defying the laws of physics or gravity.
I'm gonna try to climb this wall right now.
Okay. Well, I'll be here waiting and laughing. But any last thoughts, Serge? Any last thoughts, our commenter peoples?
No, it was a fun movie.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed.
I enjoyed the fight scenes.
Yeah, that the end fight, like some people might be disappointed. I thought it's the perfect low key fight for a low key superhero movie. You know, I thought it was very fitting. All the twists at the end, and you know, like I saw that the camera's recording the fight and getting released to the public thing a mile away, but the secret society thing and that Kevin's dad died in the same train, not at all. Oh, Zombie Josh, he believes in you.
I believe in myself too. I'm gonna get some hiking shoes. No, what is it? Rock climbing shoes.
Oh yeah, that's the key. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, Gwen. Next week, I think we're doing the Kid That Would Be King, which is a kids movie about King Arthur. He finds the sword in the stone. But we'll probably relate it to a bigger movie, like maybe Monty Python and the Holy Grail, or just because there's swords in it, Gladiator. We'll decide what the bigger movie is, but for the new movie will be The Kid Who Would Be King.
The sword in the stone? What?
Yeah.
I thought you said the Sorcerer's Stone, the Harry Potter one.
That'd be another way to go too, young adult movies and book.
Okay.
So yeah, The Kid Who Would Be King. And please subscribe if you're joining us for the first time.
I really miss Kim. I don't know where she's at.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We owe you big time, Kim. I'm going to look back at the past video. Maybe that one comment knocked you out. We'll get that squared away before next episode.
Okay.
But thanks for joining us as always. Please feel free to share the channel and, tell everybody we're here.
All right. I'm Serge.
And I've been Ronnie.
See ya.
Peace out.